Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
How's your week? How's the land of COVID?
I don't know if we have COVID in our house or not. We're seeing.
If you think you do.
It's possible.
You do. Yeah, everyone. Someone just recently told me everyone's going to get it. So why even bother? Yeah.
I know. Let's get deep into the weeds now and talk now. Let's not. Yes, we're all going to get it. Sure. Everyone, just listen to your local SEO expert about medical information. Okay.
Yeah, many people are Googling, how do I find an at-home test near me?
Boy. That sounds like a great article to write if you sell those tests.
Yeah, you probably don't need much, but yes. So I imagine we're not talking about COVID tests today.
No.
What do you have? It's exciting for us to learn about today.
All right. So I know, or you should know if you've been listening to the podcast, that a great way or the best way to get visitors to your site is for you to be producing content. Producing content. That content should always be about solving problems for your potential customers. So that way, when they type in a question on Google, your site comes up with the answer. And then your business and in your service is where they will get that answer, right? So a lot of times, though, clients come to us and they're like, how do we find out what those questions, what those problems are? How do we find out ideas so that way we can create that content on our site? So for local SEO, this is really, really important because that's one of the best ways to increase the authority of your site and therefore the ranking of your site and therefore the calls to your business. So that's what I wanted to talk about today.
All right, let's talk.
So first thing I want you to understand is that when you're going to be building these things, you're going to have a strategy. Okay, the strategy for local is they are called keywords, and you want to have keywords are kind of the words that surround your industry. So if you're a dentist, a keyword would be, for example, teeth whitening. And we call that word teeth whitening, that's the head. And so then we're going to build questions around, we're going to modify that keyword. So a tail for that keyword would be something like cheap or affordable, convenient, nice, anxiety-free. So then what you do is you take that cheap or affordable teeth whitening, so 1 + 1, then you put a modifier at the end of it. And that modifier is what Jamie just mentioned. It could be near me or in my city or within walking distance. Anything that...
Top.
What's that?
Top.
Oh, top would be at the beginning. So you would say top teeth whitening in my city, for example.
Near me.
Yeah, near me. Those are all great. So you want to have that tail, head, and modifier. The affordable teeth whitening in Brentwood. So those are that's kind of what I want you to keep in mind when you're creating these articles is once you find out that keyword, then you're going to be using that keyword to build modifiers around it. The modifiers you're going to be putting in your articles in various places. And that's kind of the one thing you want to remember when you're creating these articles. Sound
okay?
Good?
Very doable.
All right. And the reason you definitely you want to have a lot of your city names, wherever you are targeting, wherever you're located, put a lot of those kind of modifiers in your content because you're trying to signal to Google that, and your potential customers, your location. So if you have a brick and mortar, that's where they can come to get that problem solved. So really important to remember that. Now, a great way to find out what your customers are looking for, how they found you, etc., is to ask them, hey, how did you find me? Hey, what problems are we solving for you? I'm assuming that because you're in business, you are solving a problem of some sort for someone, for money. That's how capitalism works last time I checked.
Yep. You have a demand and you fill it.
Right, exactly. So if I hate my electric bill, I'm going to go to a solar company to get rid of that electric bill. See how that works?
What if you hate your solar company? You go back to your electric bill?
Then you go to your lawyer, and then then you enter a downward spiral. So make sure you choose a good one. All right. Now, to do that, so once you have, you can ask your audience, ask your clients, your current ones. You can also look on, if you have your site, it's been up for a while, you can look at Google Search Console, which hopefully you or your website designer turned on and connected. So that Google Search Console has a performance tab that you can look, and then there in that performance tab, you can export all that data and look at exactly what words people are using to find your website. And that's actually a big tip, because that column of content, those words that Google is showing your business for, that's what Google has already signaling to you, you are an authority in. So really, really important to use Google Search Console. Another way would click on, type in a question, and then you'll see people also ask. Google throws that up on the results. That's a good way to get content, but understand that when you go for that people also ask, you have to realize that you're going to now be competing with, if you only do the same questions, you're going to be competing with nationwide or all of English speaking world when you create that article. So really a smarter way to do that would be to kind of tweak those questions. Where is the best teeth whitening near me? Or how much does teeth whitening cost? By putting in some of your modifiers, like in my city, for example,
sure.
Or how can I get an affordable teeth whitening in my city? So that will help, that will actually ease the competition factor for you, and it'll help you gain customers or potential customers that are near you that will actually do business with you.
Got it. Okay.
All right. People also ask, is that's a great way to look for basically lists of questions that you can tweak, change, and basically drill down more on whatever subject it is that you're giving information on. And another one would be Google Trends. Remember that one, Jamie?
Oh, that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yes, Google Trends is a website. Just type in Google Trends and you can take a look. We've done an episode on it before. It is very, very much in the macro. Did I use that word right? It's really large. It doesn't get down to very local level. So you can use it to see what people are searching for, and then you can create articles with those modifiers to make them more locally based, to get you more visitors that are willing to do business with you.
Unless you're going to do some articles on Brad Pitt and Kim Kardashian getting together.
Great, thank you.
With their teeth whitening.
2010 is calling, Jamie. Thank you. Come on. I don't know
still
what the
very
young
relevant.
Still very. All right. Last one that I love and Jamie loves, we know this, is listicles. Make a top 10 list or a top 7 list. So listicles are always moneymakers. They're always fun to create. People love reading them. And you, as the business owner, you actually have a ton of listicles if you sit down and think about it, rattling around in your head. So if you're a solar company, you can do top 10 solar panel manufacturers, or top 10 solar inverters, top 10, directions you want your solar panels facing, stuff like that. Probably there's only 4.
Yeah. Well, there's tons more. Tons more always.
Tons and tons. I mean, when you start thinking about a listicle, the kind of the sky is the limit in terms of how many you can think of. So we always like those people like clicking on them. Make sure that you're going to have those modifiers at the end that include your city, that include your location, and include words like cheap, affordable, convenient, other tales that you think that your clients might be using in order to find your service.
Well, and hopefully your service is not cheap.
No.
Hopefully it's
definitely
the best.
But it's okay if, you can use best and top and stuff like that. But just because it does use the word cheap doesn't mean that the person who comes to your site, you don't have to say, you can say this is not cheap, or if you like, but I think the idea is just to get people to your site, get them excited about you and your service, build that trust and authority, and get them to pick up the phone.
Okay.
So you can use cheap. It's okay. It's okay.
No, I'm not trying to attract cheap people.
Jamie doesn't want to attract those cheap folks. All right. Thank you. That's all I got, Jamie. That was a fast one. All right.
Woo. Well, yeah, that was very good. First one of the new year. So
yes,
2022 starting off perfect.
I know. And all of my predictions last year came true. Thank you.
That's what I thought.
That's weird.
That's what I've heard. I know you keep changing them anyways.
I don't.
Very good. Very good. So definitely great information to start off the new year, especially, to build up your SEO presence and generate a lot more business for you. That's pushing more business using your website and using Google rather than all the other much more expensive, time-intensive ways of getting new business. So thank you, Adam. That was very informative. And definitely each of these topics, if you have a question about any of them, chances are we did do a podcast on these, each one of them in great depth. And so just go to magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast link, and then click on the magnifying glass, and you can type in listicles, and you'll get a whole plethora of content on listicles and all of the other super useful things that Adam talked about. And then also make sure to refer this, send this podcast, share it out. And if you found it useful, share it out to any other business owners that you know. Chances are they're struggling with their SEO and their web designer. It's be really good information to help them maximize their investment. And make sure to give us 5 stars wherever you're hearing us.
Thank you. Have a great day.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.